Today we're going to talk about sports hospitality. We're going to talk about the biggest sporting event in Northern Ireland's history, the Open 2019 at our very own Royal Portrush.
Welcome to ProfileTree TV, and today we're joined by Ryan Kinnear from Corinthian Sports. So welcome, Ryan. Thank you very much for coming in and having a chat with us today.
It's a privilege to come in today, Kieran. My name's Ryan Kinnear. I'm the Ireland Account Director for Corinthian Sports. At Corinthian Sports we do high quality hospitality, corporate hospitality for companies. We provide 5-star events, venues with the best food, with the best drink and the best celebrity guest speakers.
Incredible, and I've went through your site and looked at some of your videos as well. I'm blown away by some of the events you've represented over the last couple of years, so I can't wait to talk about these. I'm slightly jealous, but we'll definitely talk about them. So you're a little bit about yourself, your own background, and
Yeah, my own background. I'm a married man. My son's 22 man child. He's training to be a teacher. He's wanted to be a teacher since he was 12 years of age. So fair play to him. I don't know where he gets a sensible head from. It's certainly not from me. However, I was born in Ballymena. I was born in the Cottage Hospital. The Cottage Hospital sounds like something from Dickens, doesn't it? Believe it or not, Liam Neeson was born there, and probably half the population of Ballymena. I was brought up, my father worked for Gallagher's, and we moved up to Belfast. We lived around the King's Hall area, Balmoral Avenue, and I was a middle child of 3 brothers and a sister. And you know yourself, in the 70s, 80s, not much entertainment in Belfast through certain reasons. All we did was play sport. We played football, we played rugby, we played kabaddi when it was on TV. We just played everything. We even made up games ourselves. We were a very competitive family. My father was a rugby player who managed the Ulster European Cup winning team in 1999, and Mum was golf. So we're a real sports family. If we weren't playing sports, we were watching sports. And you know yourself, Kieran, 80s was a fantastic golden age for sport. We had Barry McGuigan. I used to sneak into the King's Hall to watch Barry McGuigan fight Taylor in 1985. We had the Northern Ireland football team, 82-86 at the World Cup, Big Jerry Armstrong, Pat Jennings. 88, 90, Republic of Ireland. 88, Republic of Ireland beating England. Throughout, the Irish rugby team won a couple of triple crowns. We had Alex Higgins, we had Joey Dunlop, we had John Watson who won the British Grand Prix in 1981. It was a fantastic 80s and 90s were fantastic to be brought up in Northern Ireland, because there was and Ireland of Ireland, because there were so many sporting heroes out there. So I always loved sport. I went to Methodist College Belfast. I was dyslexic, wasn't academically bright at school, but I was a grafter. Then went on to Manchester to do a law degree. Didn't want to be a solicitor. Would have been the worst solicitor ever, to be quite honest with you. I wasn't organised enough to be or the T's and C's to be a solicitor, and always wanted always wanted to go into sales. I was always a sportsman. Sales is a wee bit like sports, where you always have to do your best. You have to work hard. You're always up a friendly competition against your other colleagues, and like a sportsman, you either have a good day or a bad day. There's never anything in between. So I went in and worked for a company called Pitney Bowes, or a big American company. And at the time, my friends were apprentice solicitors. I thought I had it made. I had a new company car when I just passed my test. Had a mobile phone. No one had mobile phones in those days, and I had a laptop. So I thought I had it made. So I was in sales. Then I came back to Northern Ireland. It was after the Good Friday Agreement, and Northern Ireland was. I love this country so much. I love it individually. We are such great people. We've got personalities. We've got a character about her, and I really wanted to come home and just enjoy the peace in Northern Ireland. It was a great time. Late 90s, in the noughties. Worked for a company who were a franchise of Xerox. Xerox were the big document company. They had a big manufacturing premises in Dundalk, and then they opened up a big European office in Dublin. It was due to the corporate tax breaks. Worked for them, and then worked for other multinational companies. I've been set up offices and departments in Belfast for them. Some have been successful, some I haven't, but I've always moved on. I got offered the role for Corinthian Sports in March 2008. I met the 2 directors, Gavin O'Callaghan and Mark Hoskin, who have been in the hospitality industry for 60 years between them. They're what I call visionaries of the industry. It took me. I went over 2 or 3 times for interviews. I didn't even chat package to them because I knew they were going to be gold partners of the Open 2019, which is going to be the biggest sporting event in Northern Ireland's history. Even talking about it gives me goosebumps and the hairs on the back of my neck, Kieran.
Incredible what's happening, isn't it? Incredible. And you think even, you went through some amazing events that happened through our childhoods and early careers, but even now today still there's some amazing sporting events and sporting heroes being made here in Northern Ireland, which is incredible, and we can't wait to see the golf in the summer. So.
Well, you're quite right. I sort of see, as I said, when I got offered the job, I didn't even talk packages or money or anything like that there. I knew that if I did with the Irish rugby team too, and with the Open coming to road porters, I knew that if I was doing my job right, if I worked hard enough, then I'd be sorted anyway. And that's sort of how I've always done business. You're quite right. I think it's very similar to the 80s. We had both football teams, in the European Championship 2016. We've got the Irish rugby team, which I'll talk later on about. They're on a crest of a wave. It's just glorious just to be to support Irish sport at the minute. But and also too in the UK it's the same, with obviously England doing well in football, and with the Grand Prix, and there's plenty of sporting events going on in England as well.
Of course. And what services then? So you give a brief introduction into the company, but what services? So if I was a customer, then what could I select from your portfolio, for example?
What Corinthian Sports do is we do high quality hospitality at 5-star events, and what our clients now want is they want it bespoke, they want it boutique, they want to go to the best events. So a client of mine might want to go and watch the Ireland rugby game next week, which is going to be an absolute blockbuster. They would watch it from a box, have the best gourmet food, and we'll have the best celebrity speakers for them. Also, what we also do is we've got very good relationships with the likes of the O2 and Wembley, so we also do concerts. And believe it or not, one of the best sales days we had in 2018 was the Spice Girls reunion. I could not believe it. We had middle-aged, hard-nosed solicitor wanting tickets for their staff to go to the Spice Girls at Wembley, watching it from the most luxurious seats, with the complimentary bar.
Incredible. Actually, I'm ready to get myself some tickets. That's it. Maybe next gig.
It won't float my boat. Our premium product, and it's growing year in year out. We're improving it all the time. Is we charter a yacht. We call it the Corinthian yacht, and it's a Monaco weekend. I've had people from Belfast last year over at it. So they watch the Monaco Grand Prix, which goes through the streets of Monte Carlo. The yacht is moored opposite the quay stand. You see about 3 or 4 corners of the track. You're 6 yards away from the 6 to 10 yards away from the action. The closer you get to that race is actually racing the car. On the Friday night we have renowned DJ, so we have a yacht party. There's Tattinger Champagne, who we're partners with. There'll be Tattinger Champagne on tap. The food, the catering is done by the McLaren Formula 1 team, catering team. They do all the gourmet food, and so the Saturday and Sunday, it's one for the bucket list, and it's one weekend where you live like a billionaire.
Yeah.
You can imagine having that experience with your clients. You'll be talking to them for the next 5 years or so.
The one we clients for life. I think
Well, I always say clients just not for Christmas, they're clients for life.
That's brilliant, yeah. And I was going to ask, what is sports and corporate hospitality? But I think you've taken the bar up there.
Sports and corporate hospitality, we're a wee bit different from other people. As I said to you before, we've got a mixture of a really young and experienced team, okay, and we've got young people, and they're so hungry and they're really creative. So what we do is nowadays what clients are wanting is something more boutique. They're wanting it more tailor made. So if it's someone's birthday, it's a birthday. But what our team do from the start, when the client decides what event he wants to go to. We start the wheels of motion from the start to finish. We've got our operations team looking after them, sending their clients, build-ups to the event and things like that there.
Amazing. Excellent. And so just incredible. So you actually do bespoke packages as well?
We do, bespoke packages. So one of our bespoke packages is for the 2nd of February. We've got a weekend for Ireland v England. It's 2 nights in the Shelbourne Hotel. On the Friday night, we've got a gala night. So it's in the Alley restaurant. I don't know if you know the Alley restaurant, but they claim allegedly to have the biggest wine list, not only in Ireland, but the world. So the gala night will be in the Alley restaurant. We've got my old schoolmate Gavin Myers, who is the Daily Telegraph correspondent, rugby correspondent, and also he is in Talk Sport. We've got the ex-British Lion Paul Wallace will be doing the speaking. Voted one of the best props in the world in his era. And then we've got the live wire Mark Ronnie Reagan, who's an English hooker who's got a World Cup winners medal and an ex-Lion as well. So they will be doing the talking and chatting, and Gavin Myers is there to make sure that they're not wrestling.
And we'll see how the night goes.
We'll see how the night goes.
There's no guarantees.
So 2 nights in the Shelbourne Hotel with that package, this bespoke package. We've got a pub crawl sorted out before the game. The Ireland rugby team actually stay in the Shelbourne Hotel. So what the clients are going to do is they're going to see the Irish rugby team go down the stairs into the coach to go to the Fever Stadium. And hopefully, about 80 of them are coming from England. So, as I say, they might be sick, and when the Ireland rugby team come back and
all be well.
And celebrate. So it's 2 nights, and it's going to be a phenomenal. I'm going myself, and I'm just so looking forward to it.
Amazing. And what makes sports and corporate hospitality attractive then to businesses? So if I'm thinking of it, do you think it's
Look, who's your biggest client?
Oh, loads of them. Government, corporate. We've a client down south, I guess. Yeah. So
client. Can you imagine, Kieran? Right.
Yeah.
The 21st of July, 25 degrees at Royal Portrush. You're in the 18th fairway. Little Rory uses the pitching wedge to stick it 2 foot from the hole, and you're watching it with your favourite clients.
Very good, yes. Okay.
That is gold dust.
Yes,
that is gold dust.
Fair enough.
That is peer-to-peer promotion, and look, you know advertising marketing better than me. I will not try and preach you, but that's peer-to-peer organic promotion. It is like gold dust, and that's only going to help your brand and going to help your company.
Yeah, that's incredible. And do you think something like that might work for employees then as well?
Certainly. So I've done it 3 sides of the table. Let's say 3 sides. Gamekeeper now. Before, when I worked for the likes of Xerox concessionaire Docutex, I brought one of my top clients to if you remember the England v Ireland game at Croke Park. Mm-hmm. The first time England played at Croke Park, and they not only played against the Ireland rugby team, but for some reason they played against history that day. I brought a client down there. I signed a contract, which was probably about £1 million. I'm not saying that was the reason why I won the contract, because I'd worked with the client for 10 years, but I tell you what, it did not help. Also, I've been a client for Docutex and Xerox, and they brought us on to different things. I went to the Irish Open, I went to Boston, I went to different trips and things like that. And for the employees, you feel you'll do more, you'll go that extra mile. Whether you're in sales, or whether you're collecting money, or credit control, or whether you're in operations, it makes people really part of the DNA of the company. They say between 25 and 65 that people now are more unhappy than the younger generation, and then the baby boom generation have got massive pension pots. So it is a chance to, especially when companies now find it hard to retain staff. It is very good. It helps staff morale and well-being.
Very good. No, it's a good point, especially in the industry. Maybe we're in the tech, and Ireland's becoming famous for tech industry as well. I can understand how things like this could really attract and retain your team. So very interesting. Do you see in your experience in the years, have you seen much challenges or many challenges in hospitality?
Yeah. Like all businesses, like your business, like any business out there, you have to evolve, don't you? It's that B word too. Brexit. In the past, I always see things like, when you've got obstacles, that it's opportunities. The company actually was born in 2010. That was in the middle of the recession. And what Gavin and Mark did was they built up the relationships with the venues, with the likes of Wembley and O2, and they used that as a positive. The other sort of challenges is it's the return of investment. How can you quantify your return of investment? But we're actually, Natalie Darlison, our marketing manager and operations, got stats, and they're going to write a white paper on it in 2019. Okay. Also, another obstacle is the anti-bribery legislation now. Look, we know what's happened in the past and things like that. We've been in the business for 20 odd years. We both know what's happened in the past, but it seems to have flipped the other way now.
Yeah, amazing, excellent. And do you think that the industry will continue to evolve, especially the luxury end of it?
Yeah, we'll have to do it. We're evolving all the time, making a boutique. We're more what clients wanting. Clients are, instead of bringing about 30 or 40 or 50 people to a rugby, and usually in the past it was male dominated, where there would be a rugby and they'd have a good time with the rugby, plenty of drink and things like that there. Now it's evolving as well. So, some people don't like rugby or cricket or the Grand Prix, so we're doing concerts as well. I had a client recently, a Northern Ireland client, who we've got hospitality for the Hugh Jackman, the greatest showman in the world. So we're getting asked all different things now.
Amazing. And 2019, as we know, we talked about the Open's on, we know the rugby's on, there's a lot happening. Are these the key events for you then this year?
Yeah, 2019 is the Open. I don't think anyone can look past the Open. And we were talking about this, we were both excited. I'm like a wee boy in a sweet shop, to be honest with you. Just to put it into perspective, it's going to bring £80 million into the economy. 80 million people are going to watch it in 150 countries throughout the world. So if there's anything, if you remember the Irish Open last year, Ballyliffin, and it was a really sunny day, and it just looked incredible. Ireland looked like the most beautiful place, which it is when it's sunny, the most beautiful place in the world. So to put it into perspective, what we're bringing clients over from London. I've got clients obviously from Republic of Ireland, from Dublin and Northern Ireland, but we're bringing clients over who are staying for 7 days. So we're giving Gavin, again a visionary, he'd got the hotels and the guest houses booked 1.5 years before the event. The guest house, we're booking like all the guest houses and the hotels, we booked the whole buildings. The guest houses are getting money, grants, good grants from the councils. The local traders are getting grants from the councils. We're going to have taxi drivers on standby all the time, because we're going to have to get our clients picked up. The clients are wanting to go to Port Stewart to play golf and Castle Rock to play golf. The restaurants are going to do, because they want to go to dinner every night. The number of good eateries and restaurants around the Gold Coast is just amazing. So you've got the Ramore complex, you've got Harry's Shack, you've got Bushmills Inn, Bushmills Distillery. So everyone's going to get a slice of it, and it's just going to be absolutely incredible.
So absolutely amazing for Northern Ireland, actually, and Portrush and the area is going to be quite an incredible year.
190,000 people are going to be there over the week. I went to Canusty last year to watch the Open, to see how it was run and things like that. And what the RNA do, it's just so well organised. But to put into perspective, Canusty is twice the size of Portrush. So when I went to Canusty, I went for the Sunday, and it was just the atmosphere is amazing. And Rory McIlroy, I actually totally got it because I had to leave to get a flight home, and I thought Rory McIlroy was going to win the Clark Jog, but I was speaking to like ladies there who are 90 years of age, no interest in golf whatsoever, but they just went for the spectacle.
Just to be there.
Just to be there, the golf village is something else. You've got all the best food there, the alcohol. Oh, it's just incredible.
Amazing. And we've the Six Nations. You like a little bit of rugby, like who doesn't these days?
As I say, I suppose the poster boys of Ireland sport is the rugby team. And I think we've got lessons there for business as well. The IRFU over the last 15 years, like Irish rugby is, Kieran, in the late 80s and 90s, it was a joke. It really was a joke. The IRFU, what they've got, we've got 1/10 of what players that England have. However, what the IRFU have done is they've put the structure in place. They've had, before predecessors of Joe Smith, and Joe Smith to me is a complete another legend. You had Gatland, you had wee Eddie O'Sullivan and Declan Kidney, and they all brought something to the party. But Joe Smith is a visionary, he's a leader, he's a brilliant communicator, he's a humble man. He's had a few personal problems with his son and things like that, with illnesses. Everyone, you never see him haul anyone over the coals. He always keeps it in house. Everyone knows what they're doing, and the fact that the IRFU have got a succession. Joe Smith's leaving after the World Cup. They've got Andy Farrell coming in. That is, a good lesson for all businesses. There's no speculation about him leaving before the World Cup, and Andy Farrell can just slip in. There's a pair of safe hands.
Oh no, it's actually, everything that you've listed there is incredible when you think about what they've achieved and how they run that as an operation. You can look at how many other sports clubs around the world. It turns out to be a disaster. The biggest clubs in the world, and they can't manage, and the managers slagging off players, and you wonder man management, and then you take it back to the Ireland team, and oh my word, what a team! Team is the word.
The whole squad, and again it goes back to what the IRFU did. The training they've done to bring kids in, and it's just fantastic. And wouldn't it be great if, dare we dream, to win the World Cup? I don't know, it would be a party in Ireland for about 2 or 3 weeks.
We'd say, well, we could dream. So, but it's amazing, never a better chance. But it's nice to be in the contenders this time.
It was nice. That's all you ever wanted. I always, when Brian O'Driscoll was the start of his career, I always liked the fact that, likes of George Best and Alex Higgins, we could put one individual against the best of the world, and they could hold their own. But we've got a team that can actually do that now, and it's
amazing. So no, and brilliant, and I guess so much is happening. And we talk about this year and the year ahead. So what's the future then for Corinthian Sports? What's the plan? You're going to keep working in sports? Are you going to offer more specialist bespoke packages?
Just go back to the year. We also, it's a big year for us regarding the Pink Foundation charity. The Pink Foundation charity is to do with what they do is they provide funding for other charities and for research into breast cancer, people dealing with breast cancer. It's very close to our directors' hearts. What we're doing this year is that with every horse race meeting or festival, like Ascot, Royal Ascot and Cheltenham and York races, Doncaster race, they all have a ladies' day. So this year what we're doing is we're donating some of that money, what we get from the packages for those ladies' day, and it'll go to the charity. The Pink Ribbon Foundation is very lean organisation. It's got small infrastructure, and it needs patrons and trustees like ourselves to provide work. So they provide the most amount of money they can to other charities and to other research. My mum, my wife and sister-in-law is actually going over to the Royal Ascot Ladies' Day, and it's actually driving me bats because every time I'm watching sports now at present they come in whether I'm at my father's house or my own house, they come in with a new dress on. They say, will that make the grade for roll ascot? It's just so I've created a Frankenstein there.
That's it. You're gonna have to live with this now. That's
Just
it.
live with the consequences.
Yeah, that's it. And the dress selection as well. So if you get that wrong, you're in big trouble. So, but brilliant. What exciting things to be supporting this year as well. So that's incredible. And then the future ahead.
The future, I am a great player. I used to look to 2020, 2022 years ahead. You know what? I really want myself just to really live in the moment here in 2019, because I cannot wait till next week. I'm so looking forward to the Open 2019. What we have discussed is that we'd like to do more bespoke events in Ireland. So most of the biggest sporting events are in the UK. Likes of Wimbledon, great, brilliant. Silverstone, you've got ATP tennis, you've got the MotoGP, you've got Formula One. I would like to bring more people over from England to Northern Ireland and Ireland. Things like the Dublin Horse Show, Ferry House. Just sporting events which are more bespoke.
Amazing. Actually, sounds really interesting. So, can't wait to see more of what's been launched and shared on LinkedIn and on your website. So, looking forward to these. Especially great to see more events here. There's too much across the water.
Well, the young one and the Northern Ireland company, as I say, I love this country so much. And what we have, we've got a few idiots and a few morons and things like that. We've got guys on the hill who are not doing much. Mind you, they did bring in the Open 2019. I'd like to thank them for that. But we've got great companies, the likes of construction companies, likes of Henry's and Graham's and Farron's, and new companies like Stat Sports. We've got fantastic companies, and they do a lot of business in the UK. So we bring a lot of their clients to the UK.
Amazing.
Also what I would like going forward is I would like there be a satellite office in Belfast or in Dublin. We've got really, as I said, I cannot say how highly and how enjoyable it is going over to London a week. We've got real young creative individuals who are really hungry for success, and it is a joy to work with them. So I want to bring that figure to Northern Ireland or Dublin.
Incredible. So I look forward to seeing that happen too then. That's brilliant. Excellent. Well, thank you very much for coming in and sharing what you're doing and what the business is doing today. That was really interesting, and so excited to see all these sporting events in the next year. So if anyone wanted to reach out and talk to you about a bespoke package or to find out about some of the events you're hosting, what's the best place, or how's the best?
By email is ryan.kinnear@Corinthian Sports.co.uk.
Brilliant. And what we'll do is we'll put the email just under this
or,
video.
Or my mobile. I'll give you my mobile after the...
Excellent. And we put the mobile underneath the video as well. And so anyone can have a look below the video or click in the article as well. And we have a link to the website as well. So thank you very much for coming in today. Much appreciated.
Thanks very much, Kieran.
Excellent.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching today. Hopefully you enjoyed the chat from Ryan and are as excited as I am for all these sporting events in 2019 and 2020. Make sure you check out Ryan's website, and if you're interested, reach out and have a chat and spoil yourself and your team or maybe your clients, and hopefully you'll join us for tomorrow's video. So this is Kieran from ProfileTree, the content marketing agency here in Belfast and the Innovation Factory. See you tomorrow. Thank you.